Welcome back. Welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. In this video, we'll talk about four major developments that are raising concern across the country and even internationally. First, we will discuss the criminal investigation involving former Unity State Governor Riek Bimtop. Second, we will look at the United Nations decision to release $12 million in emergency aid for South Sudan because of worsening conflict and hunger. Third, we will discuss the deadly cattle raid in Budi County that killed children and elders. And finally, in this report, we will talk deeply about why many people believe the release of Dr. Machar is important if South Sudan wants peaceful and credible election in the future. Before we begin with this latest update, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with former Unity State Governor Riek Bimtop under criminal investigation. Former Unity State Governor Riek Bimtop is now facing a criminal investigation after several official letters between civilian prosecutors and the military became public. According to the report, authorities in Juba warned the former governor to appear before investigators over a criminal case connected to Section 48 and 293 of the South Sudan Penal Code Act of 2008. The letter showed cooperation between the Civilian Prosecution Office and the SSPDF, South Sudan People Defense Force, military justice system. This is a very important development because it is rare in South Sudan to see a former governor and senior military officer being officially requested for criminal investigation through both military and civilian legal system. The prosecution office first wrote a letter in April 2026 asking military authorities to hand over a Bimtop to the Northern Police Division in Juba. Later, military prosecutor also wrote another letter to supporting the process and requesting permission for him to be escorted to police investigator. Another senior military officer then forwarded the request to the Chief of Defense Forces, General Santino Deng Wol, the newly Chief of Defense Force for SSPDF. Now, many South Sudanese people are asking serious questions. What exactly are the accusations? Why is the case becoming public now? And what message does this send to politicians and military leaders across the country? Even though officials have not publicly explained the full accusation, some sources are linking the case to killing that happened earlier this year in Abimnom County in the Ruweng administrative area. A report claimed that youth from Mayom County may have been involved in violence that led to death in the area. If these allegations are true, then this case could become one of the biggest political and legal stories in South Sudan this year. Now let us analyze the situation carefully. One important point is that South Sudanese citizens have often complained that powerful politicians and military officers are rarely investigated or held accountable. Many communities have lost a trust in the institution because they believe justice only affects ordinary citizens while powerful people remain protected. So if this investigation is handled fairly and transparently, some citizens may see it as a positive step toward accountability. However, there are also fear. Some people believe political investigations in South Sudan can sometimes be connected to political rivalry or power struggles. Others fear the case could increase tension between communities if it is not handled carefully. This is why the government and the justice system must be very careful. Justice must not be must not look selective. Justice must not appear tribal, and justice must not become a political weapon. South Sudan is already facing political tension, economic hardship, and insecurity in many areas. Any case involving a senior political and military figure can quickly create a strong reaction from supporters and opponents. Another important issue is the relationship between military power and civilian law. The fact that civilian prosecutor officially requested cooperation from military authorities show that there is at least some legal coordination happening between institutions, but many citizens will now wait to see whether the law will truly be followed equally. Will the investigation continue independently? Will there be transparency? Will evidence be presented publicly, or will the matter disappear quietly without conclusion? These are the questions many South Sudanese are now asking. At the same time, this situation also reminds us that unresolved violence in local communities can later become national political issue. When killing happen in villages and counties, they do not remain a small local problem forever. Eventually, they affect national unity, trust, and political stability. That is why many people are now calling for peace building and a stronger local conflict resolution mechanism across South Sudan. Let's move on to our second top story. United Nations released $12 million for South Sudan. Before we move on, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help this channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. According to this report, the United Nations Emergency Relief Coordinator, Tom Fletcher, has allocated $12 million to help people affected by violence, displacement, and hunger in South Sudan. According to the United Nations, more than 200,000 people have fled their home because of recent fighting. The aid money will help provide food, clean drinking water, health care, and shelter to affected communities. The assistance will mainly focus on Akobo County, part of Jonglei State, Upper Nile State, and other priority areas. The UN also warned that around 12,000 people in Akobo are already facing extreme hunger and severe malnutrition. This situation is heartbreaking. Many families are surviving without enough food. Children are suffering from malnutrition. Some people are sleeping outside without shelter. Others are escaping violence with nothing except the clothes they are wearing. Now let us discuss the deeper meaning of this humanitarian crisis. South Sudan is a country blessed with natural resources, fertile land, river, and strong people. But despite all this blessing, millions of citizens continue to depend on international humanitarian assistance. This raises painful questions about leadership, governance, security, and development in South Sudan. Why are citizens still suffering at this level many years after independence? Why are communities repeatedly displaced by conflict? Why are children still dying from hunger in a resource-rich country like South Sudan? These are difficult questions, but they are important. The United Nations aid is very important because it can save life immediately. Without emergency assistance, many vulnerable families could face starvation, disease, and death. However, humanitarian aid alone cannot solve the root cause of South Sudan problem. Aid can reduce suffering temporarily, but it cannot replace peace, stability, and economic development. If violence continues, displacement will continue. If insecurity continues, farming activities will continue to collapse. If communities fear attack, market cannot function properly. This is why many analysts say peace is directly connected to food security. Where there is a peace, people farm. Where there is peace, children go to school. And where there is peace, business grow. But where there is conflict, anger follow. The humanitarian crisis in place like Akobo should therefore serve as a warning to all political leaders in South Sudan. Political disagreement at the national level often create suffering for ordinary civilians in rural communities. Women, children, and elderly people are usually the biggest victim. Another concern is donor fatigue. International partners have supported South Sudan for many years, but if instability continues without political progress, some donors may reduce their support in the future. That could create even bigger humanitarian problem. South Sudan, therefore, need both emergency, humanitarian support, and long-term political stability. The country cannot continue surviving only through crisis response forever. Citizens of South Sudan want peace. They want job. They want school. They want health care. They want road and opportunities. Let's move on to our third top story. A Budi County resident demand justice after deadly cattle raid in South Sudan. Now let us move to another painful story coming from Eastern Equatorial State. According to this report, residents of Budi County are demanding justice after a deadly cattle raid killed 3 children and 2 elders. According to local authorities, suspected attackers from the Logir community in Ikotos County entered a cattle camp during the night. The attacker reportedly opened fire while families were sleeping. 3 young children aged 3, 5, and 10 years old were killed. 2 elders also lost their life. More than 100 cattle were stolen during the attack. This story has shocked many South Sudanese because innocent children were among the victims. The commissioner of Budi County said this is already the 6th attack despite a peace agreement signed last year. Now let us discuss the larger issue behind this repeated cattle raid. Cattle raiding has existed in some communities for generations in South Sudan. Traditionally, raids were connected to cattle, wealth, bride price, and competition between communities. But many people say the situation today has become far more dangerous because modern weapons are now involved. In the past, elder women and children were often protected during conflict. Today, innocent civilians are increasingly becoming target. That is why many citizens are worried that moral values are weakening in some areas. The activists from the Eastern Equatorial State Women Association made a very emotional statement. She said human life appear to be losing value in South Sudan. This is a serious concern. When children are killed during cattle raid, society must ask itself difficult question. How did communities reach this level of violence? Why are peace agreements failing repeatedly? And what can leaders do differently? One major problem is the availability of firearms among civilians. Many local leaders have warned that the spread of weapons is increasing insecurity in rural communities. Young people sometimes use guns during disputes that could otherwise be solved peacefully. Another issue is weak law enforcement in remote areas. When attackers believe they will not face consequences, violence can continue repeatedly. This is why local authorities are demanding justice and accountability. But beyond security operation, communities also need reconciliation. Revenge attack can easily create endless cycle of violence in South Sudan. If one community attacks another, retaliation may follow, leading to more death. South Sudan has already suffered many years of conflict. Many citizens are tired of violence. They want peace. They want development. They also want children to grow up safely. This is why religious leaders, chief, women group, youth leaders, and state authorities all have important role to play in peace building. The future of South Sudan cannot be built through revenge and bloodshed. It must be built through dialogue, justice, and unity. Now we come to our fourth top story, why the release of Dr. Machar is important for South Sudan future election. Before we move on to this update, I would like you to, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, please subscribe the channel by subscribing, and also turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Well, many South Sudanese citizens and political observers are increasingly discussing the importance of releasing Dr. Machar if South Sudan wants peaceful, credible, and trusted election in the future. This topic is highly sensitive because South Sudan's political history has been deeply shaped by rivalry between President Salva Kiir and Dr. Machar. The political tension between these two leaders have influenced the country's security and political direction for many years. Now, many citizens are asking whether fair election can truly happen if one major political leader is restricted or absent from the political process. Supporters of Dr. Machar argue that excluding Dr. Machar politically could damage trust in future elections. They believe election should involve open political competition where all major leaders participate freely. If citizens feel that opposition leaders are restricted, some communities may reject election results before voting even began. This could increase political tension across the country. Another important issue is the peace agreement. South Sudan peace process involves different political groups agreeing to work together toward stability and democratic transition. If key part of the agreement are not respected, confidence in the peace process could weaken. Many analysts warn that political exclusion can create frustration among supporters and army groups. The frustration could eventually create instability. At the same time, supporters of the government may argue that security concern and national stability must also be considered carefully. This is why the situation requires dialogue, wisdom, and political compromise. Now let us talk about the possible consequences if political tension continue. Well, one major risk is that election may lose legitimacy in the eyes of many citizens and international observers. If large opposition groups boycott election or reject result, the country could face political crisis after voting. Another concern is security. South Sudan has experienced conflict before following political disagreement. Many citizens fear returning to violence again. That is why many people are calling for inclusive dialogue before election happen. An election should unite citizens, not to divide them further. For election to succeed, several things are important to be considered. First, political freedom need to be considered. Second, trust between political parties. Third is security for civilians. Fourth is independent institution. And fifth, national reconciliation. Without these conditions, election may increase tension instead of bringing peace. South Sudanese citizens are tired of conflict. Young people especially want a future with opportunity, education, job, and stability. They want leaders to solve problems peacefully. They want politics to focus on development instead of conflict. The international community is also closely watching South Sudan political process. Regional organizations and international partners understand that instability in South Sudan can affect neighboring countries as well. This is why many observers continue encouraging dialogue between political leaders. In the end of the future of South Sudan will depend on the choice made by its leader and citizen. Will the country move toward reconciliation and peaceful democratic competition, or will political change continue increasing? That is the big question facing the nation today. Well, we discussed the criminal investigation involving former Unity State Governor Rick Bimto. We discussed the worsening humanitarian crisis that forced the United Nations to release emergency funding. We discussed the heartbreaking killing during the cattle raid in Buti County in Equatorial region, and we discussed why many people believe political inclusiveness, including the situation around Dr. Machar, will be important for peaceful and credible election in South Sudan. South Sudan is at a very important moment in its history. Citizens are hoping for peace, justice, stability, and development. But achieving those goals will require wisdom, accountability, dialogue, and national unity. So releasing Dr. Machar is very important at this point. Well, thank you very much for watching today's program. If you are new, please to Changfied YouTube channel. I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching. Bye.